Good day. My name is Dr. Robert Marsh. I have doctorates in divinity, theology, and also ministry. Most of my studies nowadays have been dedicated to the ancient anomalies, the Sumerian writings, Babylonia, and so forth. And it's difficult for people who, I don't want to say brainwashed, but we have been read certain things all our life. We've studied the Bible. We seem to understand it, but then again, do you really? Are there things in the Bible that just doesn't seem to spark belief? Well, that's something that I found in the original writings from the Sumerians in their cuneiform writing. It is something that really makes sense of the Bible. It can explain Noah, it can explain Jesus, explain how Jesus came about. It's not important to worry about every single word in the Bible because whether you believe it or not, the Old Testament was written by the Hebrews. The New King James Version was interpreted by Christians and the Catholics. Now, each side wants you to believe that if you don't do a certain thing, you're going to either go to hell or be banished or you will not be chosen. But it's really quite a different thing altogether. Jesus was put on this earth to establish how we should live. It brings about something that we just don't do, and it's getting worse today. As you can see, politics is probably the worst of them all. And by the way, if I sound a little bit funny, I've had to take my teeth out for a while to give my mouth a rest. The false teeth are definitely a difference when you're talking. And as you notice, I may be more comfortable than most because I'm in my bed, but I have a crushed spine and it is bothering me a bit, so here I am. But if you can ever think about the American government, NASA, sending people, let's say, to Mars. Say we establish a workable base on Mars. And we find out that in these large canyons, deep in these canyons, there's caves. And for another reason, there's actually an atmosphere under there with oxygen. And let's say on Mars we find down in these areas a horse-like creature. It's small, maybe a little bit bigger than a dog. And we decide, hey, we might be able to use these if we bring DNA from our horses up here and mix our DNA, our horse DNA, with these animals, and we create a new animal which can actually help us do work and build a new base in this oxygenated area. Now, that today is feasibly possible. It's not far-fetched and it's not hard to believe. But picture Earth 450,000 years ago. Another species comes to Earth needing a certain mineral that we have here. And while they mine this mineral to take back to their planet, the atmosphere is much difficult for them to work. So they take the most advanced hominid that they can find on Earth. They use their DNA with this hominid, not only making it bigger, but stronger, and they utilize that hominid for work. So now they have humans, let's say, that they can help mine, do all the work. They help build cities and teach them how to grow their own food, and teach them everything they need to survive and take care of them while they continue to mine for them. Basically, they're mild slaves. Now see, this is what the Sumerians write in their histories as how we were created. And realistically, it's not hard to believe. If you can believe what I said about Mars, then it's not that difficult to believe this. I would suggest that if you are really open-minded, to read what is called the Lost Book of Enki by Zechariah Stitchin. And it is a book that he translated from the Sumerian histories, and it is really important because it explains so much. If you've read the Bible throughout at least a couple times, this will not only give you a better understanding of what's going on, because the Bible is very confusing. It is very mixed up and not complete. It's left out over 1,300 books that should be in it. But it does explain a great amount of things, and it's not hard to believe. It does present that we have a greater presence, a godlike presence. It does explain the possibility that the angels helped in our creation, and that certain angels did love us and they did protect us. And there are other angels, which we sometimes consider like Lucifer, who didn't appreciate us and wanted us destroyed. But if you're open-minded, give the Lost Book of Enki a read. You won't be disappointed. You won't be confused. It may not change your mind in any way, but it will help you understand the Bible, and it will help you understand how Jesus could easily have been created. And Jesus was definitely created to teach us how to live, how to survive, and how to take care of the earth. And unfortunately, too many of us have turned from that. But I truly thank you for listening, and God bless you. My name is Dr. Robert Marsh, and please feel free to message me at any time. Thank you.